Om Shanti. My dear ones, very warm welcome. Now we will hear on the paths of renunciation, worship and godly knowledge. It is a common belief among scholars and seekers that there are many paths to reach God, just as there are several ways to reach a mountain top. This presupposes that man should first become purified by his own effort, and when such purification is achieved, he would attain God. This betrays complete ignorance of humans about Godfather Shiv Baba. The Supreme Soul, Godfather Shiv Baba, incarnates on this earth in order to purify souls and help them reach their original state of perfection. That is why the Supreme Godfather Shiv Baba is remembered by all as the Supreme Preceptor, Liberator, Guide, Bestower of Salvation, and Redeemer of the sinful. Incorporeal Godfather Shiv Baba imparts knowledge and teaches Raj Yoga through the human medium of Prajapita Brahma to attain liberation, release from all bodily bondages. Human beings, due to their limited understanding, propounded various theories about reaching God. In a broad sense, we can divide these various paths into three categories. The path of renunciation means sannyas, the path of worship means bhakti, and the path of godly knowledge, gyan. The path of renunciation or sannyas was started by Adi Shankaracharya in Copper Age. A follower of this path renounces worldly life and dedicates himself to God realization through prayer. A sannyasi takes a strict maintenance of celibacy and lives a life without any relationships and possessions. The renunciation of all worldly relations and positions was based on the belief by sannyasis that family life is full of vices, and they held especially the woman as the evil temptress who leads men into vices. But today, there are sadhus and sannyasis who perform marriage ceremonies and bless newlyweds. This path is also known as Nivritti Marg, which means renunciation of worldly duties and obligations as against the Pravritti Marg, that involves due discharge of one's duties to the family and society. The path of true renunciation propounded by incorporeal Godfather Shiv Baba advocates a life of purity while performing one's earthly duties. Here, renunciation means giving up all vices and living lotus-like life. The lotus symbolizes purity and detachment, signifying that we can lead a pure life while performing our karma in this world if we keep ourselves above the influence of the negativities and vices. The path of worship or bhakti refers to all customs, religious practices, modes of prayer and worship. It also includes the philosophies inscribed in different scriptures. Bhakti also began in Copper Age, and it was simple and unadulterated in the beginning. But in course of time, it diversified from the worship of God as an incorporeal power to that of corporeal deities, religious fathers, preceptors, saints, and even animals and objects of nature. Bhakti is primarily a search for God and not communion with God. While all religious practices aim at becoming nobler and purer, they are not implemented in practice because they do not infuse enough spiritual strength in humans to enable them to follow these rules. Moreover, divergent and contradictory codes of conduct and rituals prescribed by various religions have confounded matters so much that some people dismiss them altogether, believing one should only conform to one's conscience and fulfill one's duties diligently. Today, the original philosophy of all religions has been relegated to the background, and religion has been reduced to the superficial observance of rites and rituals that have only added to the burden of the common man, who has to spend a lot of time and money on performing innumerable ceremonies and rituals. In spite of devotion and endeavor by man to attain liberation, there has been continuous deterioration. It cannot be denied that bhakti has saved humans from total degradation, but it has not led us to liberation from vices. The path of godly knowledge is based on the true knowledge about the Creator and creation as expounded by incorporeal Godfather Shiv Baba through the human medium of Prajapita Brahma. This knowledge, also famed as Srimad, the most elevated directions of God, helps humans to get liberated from the bondage of vices, sin and suffering, and regain self-sovereignty of lasting purity, peace and happiness. By following the Srimad of incorporeal Godfather Shiv Baba, a man becomes an elevated as Sri Narayan and woman as Sri Lakshmi. In essence, the Supreme Soul, the Godfather Shiv Baba says, "Renounce all religions based on body consciousness and consider yourself a soul and remember me as I am. The yoga will absolve all the sins of the past births." Godfather Shiv Baba also directs us to perform the purest, the most selfless and rewarding action. It is this knowledge that is the true Gita spoken by the Supreme Soul Godfather Shiv Baba himself at the confluence of Iron Age and Golden Age. Thus, the search for God in bhakti brings humans to the era of wisdom, which leads them to the renunciation of vices and attainment of liberation. This is the most wonderful transformation happening now in the present confluence age. Dear friends, I hope you enjoyed this brief session. Om Shanti.